Now, I didn't actually hurt myself for the purpose of this video, but figure since I'm already hurt, might as well get some mileage out of this injury. All right, so one of the best reasons to carry a first aid kit is for some of the most common injuries. And 8 of the most common first aid injuries are cuts, scrapes, burns, insect bites and stings, splinters, sunburns, nosebleeds, sprains, strains, and tears, and fractures. Just happens to be a coincidence that I had a pretty bad bike crash this morning. So I'm going to demonstrate what I use my first aid kit for in a real world environment. I also have some bad road rash here. I'm not going to show you that because that'll change the rating of the video. And it's kind of neat to have everything you need in one place. Almost the next best thing to not needing it. So outside, I have the tourniquet. And the reason why I have 2 of them is you always want redundancy with things that are absolutely critical. And this is in a contrasting color. It's in a tourniquet holder. Obviously, if I needed a tourniquet, I wouldn't be sitting here making a video. But someone who comes across my car, if I'm crashed, if I tell them, hey, I got a tourniquet in back, or they see it, hopefully they'll know what to do. More and more people are getting trained in what's called TCCC in the military, Tactical Combat Casualty Care. So they are learning how to use a tourniquet on other people, even on themselves. So tourniquet always on the outside in case somebody realizes that I need it, or there's a bad accident where somebody else needs it. I always have one at the ready. Someone can grab it and use it on me, somebody else, etc. And you can see here that I already have it wrapped around the first aid kit. It comes off pretty quickly, and there you have the tourniquet ready to go, and you also have the backup tourniquet right there. The reason you want 2, in addition to what I just said, is that if you have catastrophic bleeding, the first one isn't working, you tie another one closer to the heart. All right, so now let's take a look at this first aid kit here. So it's with a carabiner, keeps it closed so I can hang it, and then quickly unravels. And now I have everything I'm gonna need for bad cuts, bad scrapes. I'm gonna get right to this one. All right, so this Bactine Max is what I'm gonna use first, because that not only kills most of the germs, but it really helps to dull the pain. It has the antiseptic and the pain reliever built in, the lidocaine 4%. So this is a max strength, and you're just gonna unlock it here and then spray it. And then keep, mindful of what way the wind is blowing. But I'm gonna spray it, and it's, oh yeah, it stings a little bit. Yep, it stings a little bit. Yep, yes, it stings, but it's going to dull the pain as well. And I know that if it's stinging, it's probably working. So let's, so we're gonna spray this here. Get it soaked. Oh. And then shoulder's not too bad. Oh, dog wants to help play. Now, I didn't actually hurt myself for the purpose of this video, but figure since I'm already hurt, might as well get some mileage out of this injury. So that stings. I also have my finger that's a little bit cut up here, so let's spray some on that. Okay, and then next, so this is active skin repair. This is really going to help with the healing. And then for the larger wounds, I'm going to use the Tegaderm. See different strips here. The wrap to keep the bandage in place. What you want to do is keep this wound clean. You want to put some kind of antibiotic ointment on it, and you don't want to go crazy, but you do want to have, kind of a layered defense. So if the Tegaderm is not staying put like you'd like, here's another suggestion to keep it in place. Now up here, I got on the shoulder, seems like it's okay, but out here, looks like it's already starting to peel away a bit. So what we're gonna do is try to get it covered. This is why you don't want to use too much of that liquid antibiotic ointment, because it allows the Tegaderm to slide around. So we're gonna need this gauze, the elastic wrap, and a good pair of trauma shears. Now these are the cheap ones that'll come in most kits. I don't like them. Their number one quality is that they're cheap. These are much better. These are made by Leatherman, and these are the Leatherman Raptor Rescue. These will cut through seatbelts, clothes reliably. They have a belt clip and they fold like this. So you see, you could wear it as a belt clip. Also has glass breakage, so if you need to cut through seatbelt, cut through 550 cord, and break glass to rescue somebody, this would be an incredibly useful tool. So keep this handy, keep it staged, and what we're going to do is take out some of our wrap. Now what you want to do is cut it to size, because it's really hard to cut, especially with your non-dominant hand once it's on you. So what you want to do is cut a piece that's longer than you think you'll need, and then just roll your arm in it. And you can see here, I'm going to use that Neosporin style antibiotic to keep the wound moist, keep it lubricated, stretch that Tegaderm over the wound, and then we're going to go here, we're going to wrap it, this. You just need to get it going and then it'll stay. Keep it taut like that. A little goes quite a long way, and just make sure that Tegaderm stays covering your wound. If you need to add more Tegaderm, of course that's an option too. Or if you want, instead of the Tegaderm, to use gauze, this will hold the gauze in place. So let's start over one more time, since we have this nice useful wound here that we can use for a lot of demonstration purposes. All right, so we're going to use another Tegaderm just to make sure this wound stays covered. We already have the antibiotic on there, as you can see, but we're going to put some Tegaderm on it, and then we're going to wrap it. So open this halfway, Steve, leave it, and then you just put it right over the wound. You can see it like that. Steve, leave it, and then pull it. And there you go. All right, so it looks kind of crappy like that. This is why we're going to take a strip of the self-adhering wrap, cut it first using your trauma shears, and then wrap it over. Start at the edge here. We don't want to just cover normal skin. We want to cover the wound here, and then hold it in place. You want it to overlap a little bit, so it's basically pulling down on your arm like that, and then pull it tight, wrap it once over, wrap it, pull it tight again, and then it'll adhere to itself, just like that. And then if you want to put, you know, a piece of athletic tape over, you can always do that. You can put, you know, your 100-mile-per-hour tape on that. You can put your packaging tape on there if you need, but that actually, once it sets, is going to stay quite nice. And now the wound is protected. It's got the antibiotic on it, it's got the Tegaderm, and it's got this keeping everything in place.